Let's see. How can I best communicate this? In zero. At zero. Uh, well, I suppose, everything sort of always comes full circle right at the completion of a circuit. Okay. And so we were. I know that we were prepared for this, right? That as well. I'm just going to be blunt about it because it's one of the things I love. The lady that I communicate with in her window, she's tribe, and she's not afraid to expose. Um, how would I put this? She's hungry to learn, and she implicitly trusts her journey. And so what she doesn't do is she doesn't shut people off and turn them off because she's not in resistant mode. And we know where that resistance comes from, particularly with the native clans and tribes. It doesn't matter whether you're a clan mother or whether you're male or female or what position you hold within a clan or a tribe. Because as you all know, a cosmic level avatar can read your software and find out how much resistance you actually have in your entire cellular record. Because it has everything to do with codes, miasma codes. Okay? So what ends up happening is, and I'm just going to tell you the truth, they run the technology. So they knew what was going to happen in the future. They were waiting right there for the native clans and tribe to grab that technology. Chasing the technology, which is the outside. Chasing the tech that's already waiting for them as the means to believe that those codes that are held in that system that they're now dependent on, that they're using, means they're not doing the inner work on their own template within their own oversoul and their spirit, where they experience being fully integrated, which means two magnets become one. Now they're fused. Now they're equal in balance with Gaia. Okay? Because of the resistance factor. And that resistance factor is let go of the technology. Okay? And an example of that is when I put up on certain pages, right, turn it off. And they have the ability to do that. But I also understand what's happening here, which is why I love this lady that I'm in. She's hungry to learn. When you're in resistance to learn from others, have already cleared their template and fully total recall their quantum energy and recalibrate it, right? Then there are people that want to learn from you because they realize you've done the work. Because others have not done the work. So they're trying to heal themselves through the technology that they're held captive by, which now they've become dependent on something outside of them, rather than doing the work within their own selves with their own oversoul. Okay? And we read that. So I have a responsibility because I'm always in learning mode. And it's a gift, actually, to be able to read the resistance like that and experience these things from which we learn, because that's why we're here. Okay? Remember, when I was a child, I'm on fire to learn. That means my antenna is always open. That means I run an open library, which means I'm not in resistance to learn from anybody, ever. And that would be particularly be true with the Grand Creator. So the Grand Creator, the eternal Adama flame of Amarea, is a listening post, which is the first antenna, which is the first star. So when you're experiencing the first star within you, which is a breathing tempo, which are breathing codes, which means you're breathing on the codes on your own now, which means you're not dependent on the technology anymore because you are healing yourself within yourself with the right codes. So what happens is they don't want to hear it. And you know why that is? Because when you hammer their sites, you're exposing it. Now they don't want to hear about it anymore. That's what happens when you expose the subconscious programming that you still have captive by. They don't want to hear it because they know it. Because they know that you can read their DNA and know because you're reading their records of what's yet to be cleared. So Aurora put up a great because there was a little match, you know, the ping pong match on the online. They were waiting for this because it has everything to do with reaction states. So when I was a child, there's your journey, my journey, right? So I'm not trying to control your journey. And I did the video on non-intervention in learning. They'll learn on their own through their own mistakes, what they've been held captive to as a result of what? The inner work, the inner you, right? The inner passageway home, right? And so these are not unexpected events, right? I think I did a video back in 2018 and I talked about how waking everybody up because people are going to start pulling in big currents. Those that are pulling the D12, right? And higher stuff means their state of awareness is going to be higher than others. And so when they're higher than others, it means they're running at a higher rate of speed because they're getting electronic transmissions and they're getting the information, particularly through the sun, right? And mama and all the others, right? Because your level of sensing is full capacity, right? So when you go cosmic and blow through your crown chakra and burn through all your circuits with a full phosphorus ignition, now you're at full sensing capacity. That's a Crystal Sophia avatar. So it's just like today when I had that conversation when I did the video. You have no idea how much information and sensing. Everything that we're sensing means we're receiving information with our antenna. Okay. So you're running a state of awareness because that is a massive whirlpool of plasma when you're mated. Right? And that's the Auroras. That's who we are, the gyrodome. So love is patience, love is kindness, love is compassion. And it's as we say, it's all good, you know. I put it in the subject area of learning.